Bristow, talk to him.
I hope the audio is not too bad because I'm in a car. Bro, when you're in between phases of your life and you don't know what's next, you don't know where you're going next. You might have an idea or a plan, but you don't really know if it's gonna work, or you don't know if it's gonna come into fruition, or you don't know exactly how you're gonna get there. You have to act. Like, definitely take the time to self-reflect and think about what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Map it out. Having a plan is good. What I noticed being around people that's like the most successful people I've been around, but the one thing I noticed about all those people, they act more than they think. So while they might think about what they're gonna do, they have a plan. You know what I'm saying? It's not that they're not smart people and they don't map out what they want to do, but they act more than they think, and they act quickly. They act like that. They act on ideas. They go places and do things off rip. They don't sit there and think about a million different hypotheticals and how this can go wrong, this can go wrong, this can go wrong. There's a time and place for that. When you're in between phases of your life, you have to just act, bro. Like, it's not time for you to sit there and just think, because you're not gonna figure nothing out, and you're not gonna get nowhere just thinking. And this is coming from somebody who thinks all the time. I think every day, all the time. Like, I'm always, not necessarily in my head in a bad way, like, I'm always just trying to figure out how I can get better, how I can improve. You have to act. You're not gonna think your way to where you wanna be. Do what you need to do. You're not gonna have it figured out like that off rip. You're not. But if you get up and do stuff and do what you need to do to get where you're going, which only you know, and you're only gonna figure out by doing. Like, you don't even know right now what you need to do to get to where you want, because you've just been thinking about it. You haven't been doing nothing. So whether that means go to a different city, take a trip, go talk to somebody that might give you some good insight, or you might need to, I don't know, I can't tell you what you need to do. It's your life. But for me, I noticed getting off what you're normally doing, going different places, talking to different people, getting different insights, like, it's important, bro. It's important to not just sit there and think and procrastinate and this and that, but this needs to be perfect. It's never gonna be perfect. It's never gonna be no perfect time. It's never gonna be no perfect nothing. You have to create the circumstances. You have to create the situation. Everything that you're going through or have been going through is just part of this phase of life. It's not gonna stay forever, bro. Like, what you're going through right now is not gonna stay forever, good and bad. The good relationships you have right now, they might not last. The bad relationships, the bad situations, I know for a fact they're not gonna last. And they're not gonna last even more if you cut them off and get out of them situations. Sometimes it's easier said than done, but you know what you need to do. Like, let's not all sit up here and act dumb and not act like we don't know what we need to do to cut people off or get ourselves in better situations and get rid of liabilities in our life. Everything good or bad is temporary. So move with that mindset that you understand, okay, this is just a phase. Even if it's good, okay, this is just a phase. Let me appreciate the moment. Let me not take it for granted. Don't let me think that this is gonna last forever, because it's not. The time you're in is not gonna last forever. No matter what you're doing, it's not gonna last forever. And everybody who was in a good time or a bad time, they either did or didn't. And the mindset of you thinking it's gonna last forever is what gets you messed up here. Because you think you're stuck. You're not stuck. You're telling yourself you're stuck. It's a mental programming. Everything you choose to do on a day-to-day is who you become on a day-to-day. You're choosing not to change. People would say, oh, I have a bad habit of this. You're choosing to do that. It's not a habit. You're choosing every single day to do that. I get a little stressed out when I drive by semi-trucks. But you're choosing who you become on a day-to-day basis, bro. It's in your hands, so.
With this business, boy, the plus get paid before the bar drop. I can show me hate, I'm reaching for